Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter 5 of history, and the topic is education. Now, children, education, as we know, is a very interesting topic. Now, in today's time or the present time, we are going through such a situation where we are dealing with online education. This pandemic has brought us through a long way and we have achieved a lot of milestones. Yes, this online education was not there before. It was there, but for us, for our school, when we are already in the school learning everything, we were using e-learning also. But now in the present situation, as we cannot come together, we have used this method of online education. Now, children, e-learning is different, online education is different. E-learning we have already started many years back, where internet is being used for learning many things, for achieving, for gaining lot of information, gaining lot of what you call is types of education material, etc. Now, in this chapter, we are going to see how there is a drastic change in the whole of education industry. Yes, now it's become an industry if you see. So, let's see what exactly changes are there or how the government has worked hard for gaining importance in the field of education. In this chapter, we shall review the main stages and schemes in the development of the education system in India. We shall take into consideration primary, secondary, as well as higher education, and besides research institute in some representative areas. This will give us a clear idea of education system throughout the country. Okay, now see, the picture which you can see on the screen is the first census of independent India in the year 1951 revealed the extreme complexity and intraceability of the educational issues of the country. Now there was a lot of complexity, that means a lot of rigid way of education. In the first census, the literacy level was 17%. It rose as shown below. There is a chart given in your textbook which you can see. So in the chart it shows in the year 1971 the literacy rate was 34%. Later on in 1981 it grew to 43%, and in 1991 it grew to 52%, and in the year 2001 it was 64%. So this way, because of lot of what you call schemes etc were introduced in the education system, there was a lot of change which you can see. Let's see more. See, whatever information is given in this picture is of no use for you all, because there is nothing related to this in the textbook. Now, improving this percentage was a serious challenge for the government of India. Several remedial schemes were put in the place to deal with it. Now, as we saw that the education system was not very well or very complex before, so there were a lot of things or a lot of changes which were brought, and there were serious changes or challenges which were made, because of which this percentage started increasing. Okay, now children, we are going to see what is primary education. Now, primary education refers to the schooling given to children in the 6 to 14 year age group. Okay, in 1988 the central government started a scheme for the spread of primary education and to improve educational standards. Okay, now see, you can see the age group of 6 to 14 is included in primary education. Okay, now in the year 1988 there were a lot of schemes which were brought to spread this primary education, which is known as Operation Blackboard. Okay, now what is it known as? Operation Blackboard. The government made funds available to help improve the standards of school and to fulfill minimum education needs such as at least 2 proper classrooms, toilets, one of the 2 teachers to be female, a blackboard, maps, laboratory apparatus, a small library, a playground, sports equipments, etc. This scheme helped the primary education system to gain more momentum. Now see, this is what is Operation Blackboard. Now what all things were included in this? It was seen that there is some minimum educational needs of every school should be fulfilled, like 2 proper classrooms for the children, then toilets, proper toilets in the school should be there for the children to use, then one of the teachers should be a female teacher, yes, then a blackboard, maps, laboratory apparatus, a small library for the children, a playground, then sports equipment, so that all these things can suffice the needs of the children. And hence, because of all this, primary education gained some importance. Now in 1994, this scheme was expanded and provision was made for an additional classroom and for appointing one more teacher in the school with an enrollment of more than 100 students, with priority given to girls' schools, school with a majority of scheduled caste and tribe students, and schools in rural areas. It was also made binding upon the state government to appoint female teachers to 50% of the post in the school. Again, in 1994, the district primary education program was started with the objective of universalization of primary education. Now see children, there were so many changes which were brought so that the children can be given more facility, and they can be attracted towards this primary education, okay, girls education, then students for the facilities for the lower classes, etc. Increase in number of female teachers, and many other things were done, okay. Then it was implemented in 7 states including Maharashtra. Now this primary education program, which came up in the year 1994, was implemented in 7 other states including Maharashtra. The plan of 100% attendance in primary schools, arresting students dropout, education for girls and for the physically handicapped. It included programs such as research on and evaluation of primary education, alternative education, creating societal awareness, that means in the society, awareness about the society. The midday meal scheme was started in the year 1995 to provide proper nourishment for the students. Now see children, so many things were done. The plan included 100% attendance. Then it also included girls' education was given importance. Yes, education for girls. Then for special children, those who are handicapped, okay, that is also known as special education for the handicapped children. Then the midday meal scheme was introduced. Children, midday meal scheme was started in the year 1995 to provide proper nourishment for the students, yes, and not only that, there were other motives also, like see, achieving universal primary education, motivation for students for further education, increasing enrollment, retention and reducing dropouts. Now see, in places where the poverty is more, or the people are not having sufficient amount of food, etc., the families are not that, they are poor or they are having some problem, for them this scheme was attraction for the children to send to school. Now see, parents that time was this thinking, okay, at least one time proper the child will get a proper meal, and hence they used to send their children to school. Another motive was of the government that the child should not remain malnourished, or it should the child should get proper nutrition with the help of this food which is given to them. Then the gap should be, the gender discrimination gap in education should be removed. For that all things these steps were taken, and the attendance also started increasing when this midday meal scheme was started. Yes, children started coming in more numbers. Yes, children, you must be understanding that the people in the rural areas, etc., where there is a problem of food and they are not having proper uh, meals, they are not in that level of, maybe you can say that they are poor. So this scheme was like a very good thing for them. Now, children, do you know, after the formation of Maharashtra state in 1960, the government took the decision to implement a common statewide curriculum for standard 1st to 7th. Principal Sayyid Rauf of ST College, Mumbai, was assigned the task of preparing the draft of this curriculum. Then, in the year 1991, Kerala became a fully literate state. What steps must be taken to achieve 100% literacy in Maharashtra as well? Now, see, children, Kerala became the first state to achieve 100% literacy education in the year 1991. What can we do to achieve such milestone? Okay. Next, we are going to learn about secondary education. After independence, Education Minister Maulana Abul Kalam Azad decided to bring about fundamental changes in the field of education. The University Education Commission was set up for this purpose. This commission recommended the appointment of separate commission for secondary education. Accordingly, in 1952 to 53, the Mudaliar Commission was appointed. At that time, the pattern of education consisted of 11 plus 4 years for the first degree or 11 plus 1 plus 3 years, that way. Now, how we have 10 plus 2, which is also changed in the present times. The new education policy is coming up, which is not yet implemented. So, accordingly, the changes were made in the secondary education also. How the work of this commission was taking place: the commission studied secondary education, the nature of the curriculum, medium of instruction, teaching methodology, and made certain recommendations. This commission proposed the concept of higher secondary education. However, it was found difficult to implement it all over the country. So now this is how the secondary education also was introduced, and lot of changes in the education system was made. In the next video or the next lecture, we will be studying the next part, the Kothari Commission, the higher education, etc., how things changed in the field of education. So for today you all are going to read the textbook till page number 24, where I have stopped the work of commission. Okay, so for today we'll stop here. Thank you. Have a nice day.